So I'm just going to be in today's stream. I'm going to be talking about what happened over the Easter weekend thing, bank holiday and everything. Okay. Go to your place for a wee. Go! My hair looks a lot nicer today because I washed it yesterday. I didn't manage to wash it last week because I wasn't feeling very good. So I think it looks better. It's really cold. It's snowed about twice today. Snowed about twice today and it's freezing. It's now sort of sunny and stuff, but it's not very pleasant out here. It's windy. I'm going to be eating this lovely chicken thing, but I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this standing up. I didn't get any chips today, there wasn't any. You have no clue how I'm going to do this. I really don't. Hold the phone. And try and pick at this. And hold this. See the chicken's thing moving while I'm trying to do that. I think I will have to sit down. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. So for the past 2 weeks, my eczema's been really bad. Despite using steroid cream, it's not worked this time. Normally Normally it works when I'm using steroid cream on the rest of my body. Sort of my face also clears up as well. But it's not worked this time, so I've had really bad eczema around my mouth and my eye. How that normally works? Nothing. Yes, the cream normally works. But, well, so all I can think of is that there must be other factors that are causing my face to still be bad. Ones that are so strong that even the very strong steroid cream is not working. That's kind of overthrowing it, if you know what I mean. All I could think of at the time, like a week ago, was that it was the rats. You know, I must be like allergic to their fluff or whatever the hell they give off when they're... Because don't forget, they're walking all over the house. They're going through all the crevices and everything. And of course they're going through all the areas that are dusty and dirty and hairy and whatever. And then they're running around the house, spreading all the dirt and dust all over the place. So whatever the hell they give off, Because I noticed I started... I don't know if I told you this, but after I had my vaccine, I haven't told you about that, but I did have my vaccine not the Saturday just gone, but the Saturday before. I didn't feel so well on the Saturday evening, so I was desperate to get to bed at Saturday night. And when I did, I was disturbed about an hour later by a big boom, which sounded like it was coming from my bedroom. It scared the shit out of me and I woke up. And then a few hours later, about 7:15, I was woken up by very extremely loud chewing. Which sounded like it was coming from outside my bedroom. So I crept up to my bed. I had to get up out. Yeah, I had to be disturbed, and I crept up to my bedroom door, and I opened the door and I roared, and there was nothing there. The rat wasn't there at all. Hello, Easter. Hello, everybody. The rat wasn't there at all. Here I got just really tired and a really bad headache at the time, and all it took was a good night's rest, because I felt better the next day. Unfortunately, my sleep was disturbed twice in the night at the time when I really need to be disturbed. I don't normally get disturbed in the night by anything. It's normally quiet, and even in the morning it's quite quiet, so I'll just sleep all the way through. I might wake up once in the morning, but then I'll go right back to sleep and sleep for another few hours. But this time I was disturbed by things left, right and centre. when I heard the chewing, I wasn't sure if it was the squirrels, because we also have squirrels in the loft, so I get that as well. I have it now above me, and I also have it below me in the floorboards with the fucking rats. At least the squirrels are courteous to do it like later on in the morning. And it's not every day either. It's usually certain times of the year that they'll start making a racket up there, which sounds like people moving furniture or a freaking stampede above my bedroom. So yeah, so I've got it above me in the loft, and I've also, because they all decide to do it right where my bedroom is. Like, you know, this house is big. There's a whole loft. There's a whole like 5, or is it 4 other bedrooms worth of loft above it that the squirrels could go freaking stampeding over. But no, it has to be the loft directly above my freaking bedroom that they like to bump around, because that's where their hole is, at the corner where my bedroom is. So I've got that. And the rats, again, there's a whole house that they could go in at night, and a whole other like part of the upstairs, but no, it has to be right next to my bedroom, where they go into the walls and under the floorboards directly outside my bedroom door. And this time they'd got into the floorboards and they started fucking chewing really loud. It did sound like they were gnawing at my door. It was so annoying. It was like really loud. It's as if they got a microphone and just chewed with a microphone there, or a megaphone. It was that freaking loud. It disturbed me and irritated the shit out of me. I thought, it's like when I was a kid, because we used to have pet rats when I was a kid, and one of them got loose, and it pretty much just lived under my bed, and it would chew at all hours of the night and day, and it was really annoying. And I thought, oh, I'm reliving this again, with the squirrels in the loft chewing, and now a fucking rat chewing in the floorboards right outside my bedroom. So I got up, there's nothing outside my bedroom, so I thought, oh, they must be in the floorboards. So I started stomping around and roaring. At this point I still had a headache, so I still wasn't feeling up to this really. But I thought, I've got to put them off, I've got to, you know, scare them off. It didn't work. A minute later it was back chewing really loud again. So I started stomping around again and roaring like that, and it stopped for like 2 minutes, and then it started up again. So I did it again once more, and then I thought, you know what, fuck this, I'm going back to bed. I thought, I don't care if they start chewing again. Luckily they didn't chew again, so I was really happy about that. The following night the same. This time it was about 6:30 in the morning. They started fucking chewing really loud again. Oh, I forgot to mention, they started chewing that same day at about 2 p.m. because I was still in bed by 2 p.m. because I was feeling, well, you know, I really wanted to rest up and, you know, rest off the effects of the vaccine, because I had a really bad headache the night before. So I slept in quite late, and they started chewing about 2 p.m. and I thought, that's okay, because I'm getting up now. But then the following night, like I say, it was about 6:30 a.m. when they started chewing really loud again, but this time I didn't budge from my bed. Luckily it didn't last very long. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to let them do what they gotta do, because they're obviously not going to stop. They're obviously adamant to chew whatever they're chewing under my floorboards right outside my bedroom. So I'm just going to let them do it until they get bored or they finish doing what they're doing. So I was really pissed off, but they eventually stopped. But unfortunately, it was very hard for me to get back to sleep. Now, I don't find it really usually that hard to get back to sleep if I'm disturbed, but this time I really couldn't sleep afterwards. So it took me ages to get back to sleep, and I got itchy. So like I said, this is the point of why I was telling you this. The point is that whenever the rats are around, sort of like near me, I get itchy, and my eyes start getting dry. I start getting itchier all around there. Good boy! Good boy! Go get him! Good boy, JD! Good boy! Yeah! Get it! Good boy! Good boy! Here's a good boy! Go get the rats! Go get him! Go get him! He's chasing something. I presume it's a rat. Go get him! Good boy! Good boy. He's having a wee now, of course. Go get him! I just saw a rat running across there, but he was in the wrong place, but... Go get him! Chew through the door. Oh no. I can't stop it though because it just continues. Because I can't do anything about it. And I guess the rat knows it because it's in the floorboards. So it sort of knows that I can't get to it. I thought at first maybe it was a baby. So I thought, because if it was a baby, I'm sure it would get scared. But I guess as an adult, it's kind of not scared of anything at the moment. So, yeah. So they won't go near the traps. And, you know, they don't get scared. I mean, if obviously it was outside and not inside the floorboards, if it was on top, it was right directly there when I opened the door, it probably would have ran away. But it knows that it's safe in the floorboards, so I guess it just continues and continues and continues until it's done. It's really annoying. So the next night, Monday night, I decided to put what I call the pee thing right above the door, like facing downwards on the floor. It's like a device that lets out a really, I think is it called ultrasonic freaking noise or something that apparently they can't stand. It's like a really high-pitched peep. I can actually, it says humans can't hear it, but I can freaking hear it, so I can hear it. And it is quite loud. It says humans can't hear it, but I can hear it, so I thought maybe it would disturb me. That's why I had not done it before. Because I can hear it, but when it's out there and I'm in my bed, it's alright. I can't hear it, so I can hear it, but not as, it doesn't disturb me. So I put that out and it did work and they stopped freaking chewing, so I'm really happy about that. They don't stop coming upstairs, they're still upstairs, because I still hear them sort of running about outside my door. And I got up yesterday morning and I saw that they'd dragged something out of the bin and started chewing at it, which is disgusting. So sorry if you don't want to hear this, but it was my bloody towel. And they took it out and started chewing on it, obviously. They obviously didn't continue, but they obviously chewed a little bit. So I thought that was disgusting. So I made sure to get rid of the bin contents every night now. Just in case that's like encouraging them. Because I don't really have food up there, so I don't really know what's encouraging. I don't really know what's encouraging them to go upstairs. I don't know why they need to be upstairs. There's literally nothing upstairs of any interest to them. They've even been trying to get into the dressing room, which again, there's nothing in there for them. This way! Don't you dare go that way. You know I do it this way. Stupid dog. I thought I'd better play with him. He's shaking like crazy. Come on, stop looking at the door. So yeah, so it could be the rats that are causing my face to be really bad despite using steroid cream. But, you know, there's also other factors too. Like I've been having a lot of chocolate lately. Like before Easter, I had a lot of chocolate. I've been having those protein bar things every night with one of them shake things. You know, there's protein shake type things. I've been having those every night, and so I've been having chocolate every night with one of those. I've been having hot chocolate every night. That's it really, I think. But, you know, I'm having lots of chocolate lately, so, and I'm not really, as an eczema sufferer, I'm not really supposed to have chocolate. Because I am technically allergic to it. I mean, I'm not really sure, because my eczema's just permanently bad now, so I don't really know, like, if I'm really allergic to food anymore. But because it has been really bad, I have decided to stop having chocolate. My mum suggested it, actually. She said, you're not really supposed to have chocolate, so why not just have a break from chocolate for at least 4 days, because it takes about 4 days for it to get out of your system, and see if that improves. And there's another factor. Apparently the pollen count is very high at the moment, so that will probably affect my allergies as well. Although I don't have hay fever, I just have other allergies that are like really similar to it. So I guess, you know, it does affect, because I actually, surprisingly, I've not been sneezing and having tickly nose or throat lately. I just get it, like I say, I got it when I heard the rats chewing out there. That's when I got like, I was really itchy around here, and I got this like tickly horribleness in my throat, and then I got a runny nose or a tickly nostril. like it's really deep down in there. It's like a really irritated, tickly, horrible, intense itch. It really sucks. It's right there in front of you. It's right there in front of you. Bright orange ball. Can you not see it? So, good boy. You got it at last. You're a good boy. And you're shaking. Let's warm you up by playing some more. So, let me just read some shit before I go. Sorry. Lovely comments before I continue. I have more to say. Hey, Richard, sorry about that. Yes, hey boss, it's cold here. Yes, freezing. My hands is freezing. It did snow twice. You need a PA to hold your phone. Yeah. Or just feed me the food. Must be something to do with it. Oh, that's good. Got vaccinated. Just your first dose. Yes, it is first dose. Me and my mum got done the same day. I got a video of it, so I'm going to upload it for you guys, just so you can see what it's like for those who have not been vaccinated before. You know, not being a weirdo recording everything. Like, people keep, you know, having to go at me for recording stuff, and I'm like, it's kind of like my hobby or whatever, you know. Like, I video everything just to show people my experiences in life, you know. So, it's not really weird, because lots of people do it. That's what pretty much all YouTubers do. They record stuff like when they're out and about and shit. So I recorded that just so that people see what it's like, because I didn't know what to expect. So I guess I show people what it is like for a drive-through, if you guys are interested in seeing that. I didn't actually record the vaccination because that would have just been awkward. I would have asked my mum to do it, but she wouldn't have done it, so she was already nervous enough about getting it done. Yes, vlogging, yes. Apparently it's weird to be a vlogger, I guess. At least it's around here. So everybody has a go. Has that happened again since? I think they already... How is things with those hooligans? Hopefully get caught and has to pay for the damages. No, not lately, but I'll tell you more. I'll tell you about that, of course. My bird always wakes me up in the mornings tweeting away. I don't care for rats. Some people even have them as pets. I know you said that last time, and we had them as pets. Little buggers. Chewing is the worst, and it's really annoying. Maybe earplugs could help. Oh yeah, totally. I'm definitely going to invest in a pair of earplugs soon. When I can find where I can buy the damn things from, because so far I've not had any luck finding any. Ew, sucks that those ratty rats wake you up. Oh yeah, we used to have birds, and they were really noisy. They don't tweet though, they just scream. We had birds that, cockatiels they were, and they just screamed. They went like this. Actually, I can't scream right now. I've lost my screaming voice. Plus, I'll wake my mum up, so the window's kind of open and she's asleep right now. I guess she didn't have a good night's sleep. She said she wasn't feeling very well, so she's had to sleep. But they used to scream at you. And yeah, sometimes they did start screaming in the morning when they wanted their food and shit. They wanted to be seen to. So they'd start screaming in the morning. I'm going to go a bit further away from the window and I'm going to try and scream like they did. I really can't do it. I can't make the noise anymore. I've lost my voice. I'm just making a funny noise. My grandma and granddad also had a cockatiel, but theirs was quiet and just chirped away. But ours, they just screamed. They'd go on with themselves for ages. It was very scary, especially if you were in if you were in the same room as them. It was very loud, and I couldn't stand it. Sometimes I'd have to leave the room because they were in the aviary room, which is now the rat room, because that's where they've taken up residence in that room. So it's kind of a mess in there at the moment because they've made a mess. All our art's in there. My mum's art, some of my art. Yes, the pee device. Yes, it is. Oh man, they gotta chew through the door. I hope they don't. Or similar like interesting things. I'll get you a bag of earplugs. As long as they're the type that won't irritate me. Go on. Because I have tried tissues in my ears, and I will admit they irritate the shit out of my ears, so it's got to be something that's not going to irritate the insides of my ears. Those orange coloured 3M earplugs are the best. I've never seen any use it. Nice and soft, Issa. Don't break your voice. And you can use them multiple times. Okay, that sounds good. I'm not really sure what it's going to be like wearing earplugs. It might be horrible. It might irritate me. I don't know. Because like I say, I've tried putting things in my ears before and it just, like I say, irritates the shit out of me. I used to sleep on a tissue, you know. I never used to like the idea of putting my face directly on my pillowcase, so I used to put a tissue, thinking that was better, but I think that was worse, actually. Plus, my eye, if it decides to leak, my eye's just gonna drool onto my pillow. Like if I yawn a lot, and then it starts drooling, my eye will just drool onto my pillow. It's not very nice. I think I'll eat the rest of that chicken when I get inside because I really can't hold the phone. Because I really need 2 hands to eat the bloody thing. I'll send you a small packet. You do need to get used to it. Okay, sure. That would be great. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, so it could be the pollen count, it could be the rats, or it could be the chocolate that is causing my eczema to be bad, but I don't know, so I'm just gonna... It has gotten better since using steroid cream this time, because I know I'm supposed to have a break when using steroid cream. You're supposed to put it on for 2 weeks, and then you're supposed to stop and have a break for a while. But I can only go about 3 days, 4 days at an absolute stretch without steroid cream, because after about 3 days, that's when it starts to really flare up. It always starts with my eyes and my mouth, around the mouth, not the lips themselves, but like just above and along the lines. And it's just really unpleasant. And then by about the 4th day, my eyes start to swell up and puff up, and then my whole face is covered in, it's just red and swollen and horrible. And then it gets, of course, all flaky and scabby and horrible, and then I can't stand it because then it feels, because at the moment I can barely move my mouth. It was worse yesterday. It was the worst yesterday. Go on. Without makeup on, it really looks horrible, but it's looked worse. So yeah, so I decided to have a break probably about Thursday. I stopped using steroid cream on Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday I put it on. I had to put it on again. I couldn't stand it. So it was 2 days this time because it was already bad when I was on the steroid cream. And then of course when I stopped using it, it just went even worse. It's behind you. Oh, it's actually rolling and he's not seeing it. It's because he turns around. So he goes like that and the ball's going like that. I'm going to have to go retrieve it. Oh wait, it's going. Right, the connection might drop. Sorry about that. You stupid thing. Now watch where it goes this time. I know better than to fling it. What was I? Oh, you lost it again! It's right there! I can see it! I can see it. Okay. Oh, I'm so cold. I don't think I can stand it out here anymore. Okay, go on in. Then I'll be able to eat and drink in here. Okay. Now I might get nice and warm at last. I'll just put my bag out of the way. So so my face has cleared up a little bit since using it again. Not really cleared, but it's just like less bad than it was. That's better. Okay, so as you know, stop sniffing the air. Oi! It's not for you. Dingus, stop it. So yes. So the kids decided it would be a cool idea to come in and throw something over the wall from a distance, as you saw. It was an egg, by the way. They even admitted it when I spoke to them the following day, which was Thursday, I think. Was it Friday? I can't remember. I think Wednesday, was when they threw the egg over. Thursday was when they started yelling and shouting stuff outside after I'd been to Waz's. While I was gone, my mum had to put up with that. And then I think it was Thursday when they came in and smashed the car. And then Friday we got a reprieve. And then Saturday they came back again. So what happened was, while I was at Waz's, this gang came in front of the gate and started talking to my mum. I think they thought that she was me. And they kept saying, "Do you remember me? I used to play with you a while ago, a few years ago or something. And we used to talk at the wall or something." I thought, I don't recognise that person. My mum was telling me all about this while I was on the phone. We were on the phone while I was at Waz's. So she rang me to tell me what had happened. When I came back, they'd gone. I said, I don't recognise who that could be. Apparently she described herself to my mum, but she just told them to fuck off. After that, I think they fucked off. But then when I came back, they came back. And they started, because my mum told me to lock the gate, so I did. And then they started climbing over the gate. I think that happened on the Wednesday. I can't remember. I did write it down, so I shall, confirm. It must have happened on the Thursday. It happened over a course of a few days. Oh, I can't remember. No, it's so annoying. Anyway, I know something happened on the Thursday. Yeah, I think that happened on the Thursday. And I think it was the Friday when they came back and smashed the car. But yeah, so when they were climbing over the gate, my mum went out and told them to, get down and whatnot. And one of them shouted, "I hope you die," which I thought was really horrible. I can't remember if I think I uploaded that to YouTube, that video. And then, they ran off when we threatened the police and the Reverend or something. Somebody on the comment said that, why are you living in the 1800s, threatening to call the Reverend or whatever. And I'm like, well, the Reverend lived right next door and it was his daughter that was actually helping us shoo them off. So I just thought maybe, they might take more notice to him because he's like an authority figure. Not that this particular one's any help, but at least his daughter is nice. And shooed them off when she saw them climbing over the bins, apparently. And she told them to bugger off as well, and they called her a dickhead, apparently. So, so I think it was on the Friday. I think it was. I'm really confused. Maybe the first stuff happened on the Wednesday and then this all happened. So I'm sure we got a reprieve on Friday. I'm sure we did. But well, let's say it's Friday. So on Friday, before I locked the gate, that's when they came in and they smashed the car. And I remember blaming myself. I was like, shit, I should have gone out the front door instead of, you know, videoing through the window. I only videoed through the window because I thought, well, all these years I've been told to sort of not retaliate. You know, not go out there, not talk to them or anything, you know, not react at all. So I've been told by both the police and my mum not to do that anymore. So that's why I thought, so I was about to go through the door and I thought, no, I'll video through the window because I don't want to give them any attention. And I thought maybe they'd go away. But boy, was I wrong. They came all the way up the drive and then they picked something up and threw it at the car and it smashed the back window. So I really regret not going out there, the front door. Yes, please do, you idiot. I mean, you lovely person. Now it's only... Yeah. Why do people keep going on about my belly button in particular? Alright, hang on, my mum's calling me. I'll be right back. And I'll continue telling you about what happened. Oh, what's happened? Stop it. Yes? Right. Oh yeah, I see it now. I didn't get the message. Oh boy, you didn't. Okay, apparently she texted me. So, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. Wow, seriously, I got up to about 9 people viewing this and not one of them has liked it. How dare you not like my video? Uh-oh. It's starting. My eye's itching like crazy all of a sudden. It's behaved itself all day. So, what I've said, yes, go to my Patreon page. Yes, definitely. So, no! Why is it reconnecting? I hate you. He's probably gone by now. Is it working yet? Or is it still pissing about? Oh, the beast is awake. Oh yeah, you can tell. My eczema is even showing through my fucking makeup now. I've not even been pissing about with it that much. Oh, I see. There's a big old flake right on my eyelash annoying me. Well, it seems good now. To me it doesn't. It's still going on with itself. Alright, well, I'll see you in about half an hour, because I'm sure my mum will chat to me for about that time. But please stick around, because I will be right back. Nope, actually that's still not hot enough. Do it in bits, because I'm not sure how much to do it for. Is it still working? hey, I'm back at last. Sorry about that. My mum being a pain in the ass again. So, so I wasn't expecting that, and I heard a big crash. So I went outside, and it turned out my mum was already there on the step. Thought, how come she like didn't scare them off? As in, why didn't they see her and, you know, get like discouraged and run off? Because normally when we go out, you know, they run off. So I didn't think that anybody was out there. I didn't even know my mum was out there. So so they ran off when they heard the, as you saw, you know, saw it all. I didn't really see very well who they were and stuff, but so I started yelling stuff or whatever when I came out. I videoed the car. I went to talk to the neighbours, although I didn't really deliberately go out there to talk to the neighbours. I went out there to see if I could find any of the little shits so I could get like a video of what they looked like for the police. And this girl came and said they went that way, blah, 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 you know, he saw all that bit. I forgot I was recording all that bit, you know. I didn't really mean to record the neighbours and shit. I only continued recording because I was trying to, you know, find them and record them. So, sorry about that. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the video onto the computer. It's a shame I can't do it on the phone, actually, but if I can edit it on the phone, I would. But I just want to cut it so it's just that little bit where you see them coming up the drive and you hear the big crash, and then I go out and show the car all smashed up. But then cut it off. I don't really want the rest of it in the police video. Plus, it's a long video, so I really need it to be short. So I don't think I can really send videos when they're too long. So, plus, I don't think the police will really be like impressed with me recording the neighbours or whatever. I don't know, but I only continued recording because I wanted to hear from like their lips what they were saying about where they went, you know, where the kids went, and you know, if they could describe them or anything. Because that woman clearly said that she saw, she heard the car smash, and she said that, I can't remember what she said. It was just in my brain a minute ago. But anyway, she said something else that was quite useful anyway. Oh, and this other girl that you saw said that, oh yeah, she said that she heard them say, oh, I smashed the car window or something. So that's that evidence. So that's why it was useful to get them on video saying what they were saying. You know, the woman and that girl that you saw in the video. Because she actually heard them admitted that, oh, I smashed the car. So, yeah, I would like to add that as well, but I don't want the video to be like dead long when I'm sending it to the police. Because the policeman that usually deals with us, he gave me his email address specifically so I could send him videos and pictures of them. This was when I was dealing with Scooter Boy. This happened. But I'm presuming he's okay with like me, you know, sending him, you know, videos and pictures from other incidents as well. I'm also going to like tell him what happened as well after that, because there's a lot of what happened. There's a lot of what happened that wasn't on video because I stupidly stopped the video. But yeah, so what happened was, so later on, that woman that you saw in the video, that was this boy called Alfie. He's got blue hair, and you know, he sort of has problems with them as well because he's a bit different. I think he might have autism or something, because he used to act very strange as a kid. He used to like talk to himself like really loud and he did other things. He was like really hyperactive and just, anyway, he's like still like that now, but he's calmed down a little bit. But he's very kind of cocky and cheeky as well. But he's really nice to me, so I don't give it. You know, he's really nice. He didn't used to be really nice to me, but he's really nice to me now. He was quite rude to me at one point when he was little kid, but now he's got nice since. Anyway, so he was out there. Obviously, his mum must have told him what happened, so he was out there like hanging out in the church area with his friend and cousin, and they were sort of standing guard and stuff. And when I went back out there a bit later with the dog, I heard him talking to them because I could hear them all coming back. And I could hear Alfie like talking to them. So I went to not to the gate, but I sort of went to that area behind sort of the wall next to the gate. And you could sort of see me from the gate. So he was there in front of the gate with his friend. And he was telling me about like what was happening. And I could hear what he was saying to them because they'd gone past the gate and down there where like the corner of the wall is. And he was still sort of talking to them as they were going down there. So I got to witness that, and I got that on camera. And I heard them going on about, apparently they were upset because I was recording them or something. And because I did, when I went to the wall first. Sorry, I missed this part out, sorry. I went to the wall first, and they were walking up the street. I missed this part out, I'm very sorry about that. So they were coming, like I was at the corner of the wall at this point, and I saw them, and they were like, "Oh, hi!" Like acting as if nothing had happened. So I got the camera out and started videoing them, and they immediately started like running and screaming. And some of you have seen the pictures and videos on the group that I sent, because I got like screenshots from the video, and then I, zoomed in, and then I kind of screenshotted them and, made them smaller. I cropped them so you could only see certain ones that I knew had done it after I checked the videos afterwards. I wish I'd checked the videos before what happens next now, because so they scream, they go down the street, but they just stop at like just past Alfie's house. Okay, and they freaking start coming back, and Alfie's like shouting at them, and that's when I went back to the gate, and they were going on about me recording them, and they were getting all upset and sort of saying this to Alfie. And Alfie was like, "Well, no wonder she records you, because you smashed her car or something," and do stuff like that. So I was really glad that Alfie said that. And then I heard them say, "What's she saying?" And Alfie went, "She said that you're a little rat and you can bugger off or something." So that's what she said. That's what Alfie said to them. And then they started talking to me. And then they said, "What did you say?" Because Alfie was talking to them. But it was so far up the street by then that, he was too far away, so they couldn't hear what he was saying, and he couldn't hear what they were saying. So he went, "Just a minute," and he went over there to where the corner of the wall is, and I followed. And I was just listening behind the wall. I wasn't going to get myself involved at first, so I just stayed behind the wall and just listened. And I could hear them saying, "Oh, I never did. They said it wasn't us, I never smashed the car." And they were saying it wasn't them and it was a different gang. And going on about how it was lads and stuff. And it's like, "Oh, I don't appreciate being recorded." And they were going on about me recording. And then a little bit later, a head popped over the wall. And it was Alfie's friend. And then another head popped over the wall. And it was one of the girls. And it happened to be this girl who, the one from the other day, when I was at Waz's, saying to my mum, "Oh, it's me, I used to play with her, and, we used to talk at the wall and stuff like that." And acting like we were busy mates at one time. So it was her. She's called Kelsey, and she's got like reddy brown hair. She used to have red hair, but now it's like more brown. And she was all like, "Oh yes, do you remember me? I would never do something like that. I wouldn't, smash your car because I wouldn't smash your car because, we used to be busy mates and stuff like that, and I used to talk to you at the wall and stuff like that." So it was like, "Oh, okay." But I thought, but they were wearing the same clothes. I thought it's the same people because they were wearing the same, I saw the same sort of clothing, you know, even through the trees you can sort of see roughly what they look like, roughly what they're wearing, but you can't see them like 100%. So I wasn't sure because I hadn't seen the footage by then. So I wasn't really sure. So I just like said, oh, okay, I believe you then. Because they said, oh, it was a group of lads. But then when I saw the footage back, I thought, no, it's just girls again. And it's the same ones as I saw. Because like I say, I also got that footage afterwards that I don't think you saw that one. But you saw the pictures because I uploaded the pictures to the group, on the Facebook group. Which we're trying to get Issa to join, but we can't really get him to join. I don't know, he needs to add me on Facebook so that he can join this group that we've got going. For all of my Facebook... Sorry, all of my YouTube fans and shit. So, yeah, so I shared the pictures to there from the video I made that you guys haven't seen because I've not uploaded that video. I will probably show them. I didn't want the reason why I haven't shown them so far is because those kids were like, "Oh no, it wasn't us," and they were trying to like convince me it wasn't them. Which, like I say, I had no clue because I couldn't see properly through the trees and shit until I watched the videos afterwards. So I was inclined to believe them at the time. So they said, you know, they kept saying like, "Oh, will you delete the videos and stuff like that?" Because it wasn't us. So I said I would. I had no intentions of doing so. Not to be nasty or anything, but just, you know, if they were lying, I wanted to keep the videos because I didn't really believe them. That it wasn't them. I thought, I'm sure it was the same people. Because, like, it's the only group going around at the time. So I thought, it's got to be them. There wasn't any more, like, different groups going around at the time. It was just them that day. She claimed that she was at the canal all day. And, like I say, she claimed that she would never do that because we were friends, we used to chat, blah, blah, blah. It's funny because at the time when we did used to chat, because I did recognise her, I did remember that. That was when they were kind of kept coming to me because they wanted to talk to me and they wanted to play with me or whatever. They wanted to hang out with me, which I didn't really want to do because I was like 24 or something at the time when they kept coming to me and wanting to play, and they were like 12. And they said, "Come and hang out with us in the church." And then they came to the wall, and I sort of had no choice but to talk to them, but I didn't really want to. And that girl, I knew that she seemed like the type that was going to end up being one of the hooligans. And as it turns out, she is. She's going around with these hooligans, even if she personally hasn't done anything wrong. She's going around with that type. And she said one of the other kids at the time said that she bullied them. So I thought, oh God, yeah, she's definitely that type. She's the bully hooligan type. So although she personally hasn't done anything at this time, she's still like hanging out with the people who did do that sort of thing. And she was obviously an accomplice. Or maybe she really, you know, was at the canal at the time with another few mates, and these mates broke off and came here and then smashed the car. I don't really know. So I believe her that it wasn't her personally that did it. And now I know who it was because I actually, like I say, after watching the footage, I saw this girl and she had like this straight brown hair and she had this jacket that had like stripes going down the arm, a black jacket with white stripes. Like, what is it, Adidas or something? That sort of thing. And then I got a video of them afterwards and it showed that same girl. So it was her. And I also saw the girl that wore a black jacket and she had like a furry hood. And she was wearing these very tight-fitting, light grey shorts on. It was a freezing cold day as well. I don't know why she was wearing that, but she was wearing these. And I definitely saw her in that video of her coming up the drive. Hang on, I'm just gonna... Even if she personally did not do it, I bet she was there. Yeah, she did know who it was because then she came back the next day on Saturday, and and apparently they rattled the gate really hard. Again, probably not her, but one of them rattled the gate really hard, and my mum told them to fuck off again because she was out in the garden. I was still in bed at this time, My mum was outside with the dog, and I didn't know this was going on. I could hear kids outside screaming and stuff, so... Because my bedroom is, like, up there, so... And they're, like, over there. Because that's where the gate is, over there, so... I could hear them, and I thought it was just kids playing. I didn't know it was them. But my mum filmed me in afterwards and said that... They all ran off, but she just stayed behind, apparently, this Kelsey girl. The one who claimed to be my friend at one point and talked to me. She said, "Oh, I know who did the car. I know who did it." She went, "It's a girl called Kayla." So that must be the one with the brown hair and the black jacket with the stripes going down the arm. I thought my mum was, when she watched the footage, she was convinced it was the girl with the blonde top knot and the black jacket with the furry hood and the grey shorts. She said, "Oh, it looks like a lad." It wasn't a lad, because I saw her up close, like I say, when I talked to them that day. She was wearing these, like, really... She looked really weird. It looks so odd when they wear these big eyelashes that are sort of like... They look like spider's legs. Let's go find Kayla. Yeah, she had these, like, spider freaking things. She looked really weird. And then she had this, like, funny, messy top knot thing that was kind of like... Ugh. Well, you saw in the video anyway. Yeah, I know. I don't know. My mum asked, she said, what's the last name? And she went, "I don't know." Conveniently, she didn't know her friend's last name. I bet she did. Yeah, I thought there's like a million Kaylas and Kelseys. We already know 2 Kelseys, don't we, Brad? So I told you about that first Kelsey that's in their group, Kelsey McCarthy, who, one of the girls who I talked to in the purple hoodie, she said, "Oh, that's my best mate." And I said, "Well, she's a bully, because she's one of them." Yeah, it was horrible. She'll walk you right. Maybe I should do it. She's probably like, "She bribed me. Police, she bribed me. She's trying to..." You know, she's probably like, "Oh, pedophile." I don't know. They used to call me that, you know, when I used to video them. Because obviously when they were causing trouble, I used to video them. I was like the same age as them at the time when I was videoing them. Back then when they used to cause us trouble on a regular basis. I was the same freaking age as them, and they called me a pedo. Just because I was videoing them. And obviously all people who make videos are pedos. Like, you're kidding me, right? First of all, I'm making these videos because you're being a pain in the ass. And second of all, I'm the same age as you. It's really stupid. But anyway, I'm not going to slip her anything because, you know, people will turn it into weird shit like that. So I'm not going to even, you know, risk it. Seems all girls' names start with a K. So yeah, so there's 2 Kaylas. The first one, Kelsey McCarthy, so we definitely know her last name. Unfortunately, she doesn't do anything bad. You know, specifically her. It was the others that she was with that used to be assholes. And then there's this Kelsey who, you know, said we played together at one point, which we never really did. We talked to each other like twice. And that was it. We were never busy mates or anything. Anyway. Silly bitch, LeMayo. I hate them. My mum said she hates them as well because they smashed the car. Anyway, so they... So I only know two first names, and that's about it. But I'm sure the police can do something about it, seeing as how I got that footage. They'll know who they are, because they regularly, you know, patrol the area. I've seen loads of police cars around the area. How was your parents' car? Last thing I saw, the kids broke the window. I've been talking to it for the past hour. Talking about it for the past hour. The car is, the window is smashed because the kids came up the drive and threw a bottle at it. As you know. And I talked to them that same day and they claimed they didn't do it. But I knew it was them. And after I said, "Oh, I believe you," and "Oh, yes, I will delete the footage," and "Oh, are we okay now?" Because I was trying to make peace with them so they wouldn't do anything else bad if it really wasn't them that did it. but I knew that they definitely did rattle the gate and they definitely did come in. But then I watched the footage afterwards that I made, and even through the trees I could see it was that girl that had the black jacket on, the tight-fitting light grey shorts, and a girl called Kayla that has a black jacket with white stripes going down her jacket and brown hair, all which were in this group that claimed that they didn't do it. I will admit I didn't see all of them who did it, but I definitely saw those two. And I'm sure at the time I was sure there was a lad with them, but there wasn't. It was all girls. So if I ever see them again, I'm going to say it was you, because I watched the footage afterwards and I saw you, if these particular people are there, I'm going to say I saw you, and I saw you coming up the drive and picking stuff up and throwing it into the trees. I thought, oh my God, they're going to pick something up to throw at the window or something. I didn't expect them to do the car. I thought they were going to come up and do the window or I don't know. The house. So I don't know who exactly did it, like picked up the glass bottle and threw it at the car. Brad reckons that they were probably not trying to get the car, really. And it was an accident. But I don't see how it was an accident, because they clearly threw it hard enough to smash the window. So they were obviously trying to aim for something. And it's still not good. I did think that they went too far, though. Hang on, I'm just going to read what somebody said. Hang on. I guess the UK is different. In the US, we tend to keep the police out of it and handle it. Well, do you know what? We shouldn't have to. It's not that it's different in the UK, it's just that nobody helps us. Like, I have tried to handle it all these years, because they've been doing this now since I was about 10 years old. Obviously, always different kids, because, the first lot, they grow up, they move away or whatever, and then the next lot come and they start giving us hassle. And me and my mum, we have tried to deal with it, but it never works. In fact, it just makes them want to do it more. The more we handle it, the more they want to do it more. So we were told by the police to ignore them and they might go away. And it did work for a while, but every now and again they come back to do something. Like, this is the first time this year that they've done it. Like I say, that Wednesday or whatever it was, when they threw the egg over. Because they saw me there in my garden. So they came over to throw an egg at me. And then the next day they started doing all this shit, and then they smashed the car and everything. That's the first time this year. And last year they kept coming in, again, different kids, they kept coming in and banging on the window. If they got, the gate was... And as you saw, there was a bit of footage where these two lads came up to the door and were doing something, and I hid at the side of the house videoing them, if you remember those videos. So... But we wouldn't even have to get the police involved if all the neighbours came out of their houses every time the kids came and caused trouble and shooed them away. They'd stop doing it. But nobody round here helps us. The neighbours don't care. They hear what goes on because it happens right out on their doorstep as well, when the kids are screaming and rattling the gate and shouting. But they never come out. So nobody will help us. It's just us two. They're obviously not scared of or bothered about us two. What really needs to happen is, like I say, they're all the neighbours come out of their safe little houses instead of curtain twitching or ignoring it. And just fucking, tell them to fuck off. All of them come out with fucking baseball bats. I don't know, do something. Or just threaten them or whatever. Or the police need to go to the parents. Or the parents just need to freaking parent the kids. And say this is not acceptable. Stay in the house, all the time. They shouldn't even let them out. When I was a kid, I didn't go roaming the streets like these do. I didn't go out unless I was with a grown-up. I was never left unsupervised out in the wild to cause mischief like these are. They're actually let out all day, every day, these kids, and they go far and wide in gangs. So this needs to stop. This Brad said that this Alfie said that it had the potential to be a really great area, but it just isn't, and it just doesn't improve. Nobody seems to have any interest in improving the area. And I thought that maybe by joining the town's community group, I thought, the Facebook group, I thought maybe, maybe the people on there would be trying to sort it out, and maybe I could say, oh, this is happening and this is happening, we need to stop this. But they've just turned out to all be assholes as well, and after my last post and the reactions I got from that, I'm not posting on there ever again, so I've not even posted about what has happened recently on there. Because knowing my luck, as they were all on the side of the kids throwing the freaking food on the floor, they'll probably all be on their side anyway. No longer disciplined. So it's just the types of people, it's a type of parents that they are, because they're just as bad as the kids around here. The parents are exactly as bad because they're like chavvy scumbag types. They're like probably troublemakers in their youth as well, probably still are. They're all odd around here. So I guess they think it's perfectly acceptable for their kids to just go out and do whatever the hell they like. Because they're just as bad. I'll read what you say. That was no incident if they climbed the walls to your house. I know, they climbed over and, did it. Oh yeah, the one of them said that the only reason why they were climbing over was to get their speaker or something. Apparently one of the friends had hurled the speaker over the gate or wall or whatever onto my drive, and she was just climbing over to get it. Apparently. Yeah, I'm sure that's all you were doing when you're rattling the gates and shouting, I hope you die, to us, instead of saying, excuse me, could I please get to my speaker? They could do that, but no, you don't climb over someone's wall and shout horrible, nasty things to the homeowners if you're just climbing over to get a damn speaker. You also don't come up the drive, because I'm sure the speaker wasn't hurled that far up the drive, but apparently, because my mum was the one that was there when that happened, she said that they actually came up the drive. Oh, lots of them. And it only takes one person to come and get a speaker. So I didn't believe that either. So yeah, that's another thing that they said as well. Should not have to, but the police never take care of it. Oh yeah, and the other thing that they said, bloody cheeky git, was, oh, maybe you should keep your gate locked all the time and this wouldn't happen. And Alfie rightly said, well, she shouldn't have to lock a gate in the first place because this shouldn't be happening. More norms on the weekly stream. Norms. I can shoot them in the face if they break in my house. Not only can you not do that, they can also sue you if they have an accident on your property. That's how ridiculous the law is. My dad claimed that they would never win, though. But I've heard of stories where they actually do win. So, yeah. So criminals can come onto your property, and if you try and defend yourself or your property, or if they have an accident on your property, they can sue you. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? And you could go in jail. You should not have to, but the police never take care of it. Unfortunately, in this situation, might have to get more serious than just talking to them. Where is my lead pipe? That's right, but I don't think they meant to smash the car window. I think they just wanted to dent the tailgate or something because they ran off real fast. Sorry, lead pipe. Lead pipe. I think you said it right the first time. Like they got spooked by smashing the window. I think that my mum said afterwards that she thinks that they felt that they went too far. I think that's why they're trying to make peace by saying they didn't do it and stuff. And saying, oh, I'm your mate and stuff like that. We live in a different generation, unfortunately. Parents no longer discipline their children. They just give them a timeout or take away their devices. Best thing for it, though. I know what you mean, Issa. When I was younger, I would not walk straight for a week if I did that. It's definitely need a good disciplining, We need to bring back corporal punishment. Yeah, I remember old times. When I did something bad, my dad would yell at me and spank me. It worked and I never did it again. A lot of people used to say, oh no, that wouldn't work on me. They can't be separated from each other though, can they? You should not have to lock the gate during the daytime when you are home. Also, if you lock the gate all the time, they would just still jump over. I know, right, but my mum was blaming me that day, saying you should have locked the gate. And I was like, no, I should have just gone out and filmed them, and they wouldn't have done it. Because they would have still climbed over to do it, so if they were that intent on doing it, they would have still climbed over to do it. Because they climbed over the day before and came right up the drive when the gate was locked, so it doesn't stop. But I can't believe the cheek of that girl saying you should keep your gate locked all the time. The cheek. I'm trying to think what else happened that I have to tell you about. After they left, because I got some of the conversation, I'm going to probably review it and I'm going to listen to it again. And oh yeah, the other thing that they said they did was they did what they always used to do ever since I was younger, and they used to come and talk to me. Again, different kids than back then. But they always ask me the same questions. They always start asking me questions about the house. Why is it so big? How much does it cost? How many bedrooms are there? What are you, an estate agent? Or a buyer? And the other question that really gets my goat is, do you ever go out? Like, first of all, you've seen me out and about. They have. I've been, walking about when they have been around. I haven't done much this year, though. I haven't gone out much, like, around the neighbourhood this year. And then, I went out the first time and I got a load of hassle the first time I went for a walk around the area. So I've opted to sort of not go out because I kind of want them to forget about me and forget that I exist, to be honest with you. I kind of want to disappear and them not, like, remember me at all. I would rather. So, no. If you lock the gate, you could just... I think they purposely broke the window. You don't keep coming to the house repeatedly each day. Need raver wire on top of the gate, an electric fence. Ugh. Yeah, those would be good defense items. We've been trying for years. Sadly, there'll always be nasty little shits, and there always would be. Do you have a lot of these hooligan gangs in the UK, or just area of town? Well, apparently it happens all over, but yeah, it's really rife here in this particular area that I live in. And they all come from the other end of my street. I'm sure they come from other areas as well, but that seems to be where they're always hanging out, so I just assume that they live down there. The other end. Like, there's a main road between my end and their end. There's a main road that sort of is like the divide between, their end of the street and my end of the street. So they all go down there and they all hang out at those first few houses just after the main road. I've shown you guys in the past, I've zoomed in down there and everything, and you've seen them sort of hanging out and just, like, in gangs and stuff. It's your family. If we were thinking of moving after this incident, we would have moved, like, years ago, because it's been happening for 17 years. And every time it happens, I keep saying, my mum, we should fecking move. But my mum doesn't want to move. She loves this house. Not so much the area or the people, but she loves this house, so she doesn't want to move. So, it is a big problem. And her other logic is that she said that even if we move somewhere else, it might be worse, or it might be the same. So, she doesn't think it's worth moving. I think it is, because I know of lots of places where apparently it's better. Because my mum used to always say to me, well, it's like this everywhere now. It's no different, no matter where you go. But I think it's got to be. Not everywhere must be like this. There's got to be places that are more accepting of people who are different and people who are nicer. I mean, I used to kind of think that I was being particularly targeted for being different. And a lot of people, like, on this bloody stream used to say I have a victim complex or something. And I'm like, really? I don't have a victim complex. I am a victim of being, you know, fucking hassled by gangs around here. But I think other people get problems with them too, but just not as relentless as we do. They seem obsessed with you. How do they not think they are the weird ones when they are stalking someone? Their parents have done a poor job. Oh, yes, indeed. I have said to them before that they are the weird ones. I have. In fact, the other day, because they kept calling me a tramp or whatever, I said, you're the tramp. You have some nerve calling me the tramp when you act like this. I don't act like this. Plus, they dress like tramps anyway. At least I dress nice and posh. Come to the USA, mainly Midwest and South. We are friendly to everyone. Oh, I'd love to go anywhere but here. I particularly want to live in a place where, like, the warmer place where there's, like, beaches and shit. With lots of fat, sexy guys on the beach all the time showing off their sexy, flabby bodies. I would love that. That would be heaven for me. Or live in a lovely area where there's, like, lots of gothic people. I'd fit right in. Or a town that just has furries in it. Or Therians. That would be awesome. I would fit right in there and be able to be myself for the first time in my life. Do you know what? All these years, I've never been able to be myself. Did you know that? I have had to change and not show who I am because there's, like, literally no one around that sort of accepts anything. Oh, except gay people. Apparently that's acceptable, but not whatever the hell I am. Well, they used to harass me for being weird and strange. But now they said, oh, so they haven't even got their facts straight, actually, because they said, oh, they think there's a wolf that lives here. Like, not me being the wolf. They said some people say I'm the wolf, and some people say there is a wolf that lives here. So that's the rumours that they... And one of them even said, oh, yes, my cousin or whatever said that, oh, she was going past and you reached over and tried to grab her or something. And I was like, yeah, so you do know the rumours then. And secondly, I have never done that. It's a flat out lie. I have never jumped over the wall and tried to grab anybody. Why would I do that? The most I have done is, as a prank, maybe pop my head over the wall and gone boo at Halloween. But like I say, that was a million years ago when I was a kid. So I said that happened a million years ago. If that did happen, which it didn't, but if something similar of that nature did happen, it was a million years ago when I was a kid dressing up for Halloween. So, you know. I'm trying, if it is true that I have a victim complex, I definitely don't really want that, do I? I'm not going to do that. But doesn't everybody? I really want to eat. I don't know what they mean when they say victim complex, though. Because if you're being the victim of harassment, surely you are a victim then. You are being the victim of harassment, so how is that you having a victim complex? Yeah, somebody on YouTube said that in the comments, I think, saying I have a victim complex or something once. Disgusting. Oh yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault. I should just get over it or whatever. That's another thing people keep telling me to do is just get over it. And that pisses me off because it's like, how can I get over something that other people are not getting over? Like, I do get over it technically. I move on, but then something else like this will happen. So you see, it's hard to get over something that keeps happening over and over again. Because like a couple of years ago, it did quiet down. I thought, oh, it's finally easing off and we're getting less trouble now. But no, it's back to this again. Back to having problems like we did a million years ago. Like I say, it started happening when I was 10, so a million years ago. Then it kind of eased off for a bit, and then started having problems when I was about 13 or 14. And then it eased off a bit, and, you know, sort of got trouble through 15, 16. It was like more relentless when I was 16, and then became more and more relentless when I was like 17. And all these new gangs started coming and harassing me while I was in the garden trying to have a nice time with the dog. But like they forgot about me for like a little while until I was 17, and then I dressed as a wolf one Halloween when I was 17, and since then they've just not got over it really. It means your head, you're always the victim, and nothing is ever your fault or in your control. I do feel that way actually, but it isn't my fault. I mean, I do take the blame a little bit because I did used to react to them when I was 17. I did used to go out and actually just do what anybody else would do, which is go out and tell them to piss off. But I used to be like more aggressive. I used to act like really aggressive because I was hoping to like scare them and let them know I wasn't scared of them. Because I was always like a shy kid, so I was trying to get over that. I was trying to get over my shyness, and I was trying to be like, you know, more brave. So I started like deliberately if I saw them, you know, like looking over the wall or whatever, or doing whatever, I used to go out like really aggressive, and I used to like growl and roar at them and go out with the camera and tell them to fuck off or whatever. I even backed at them at one point. But like I said, that was a million years ago when I was a kid. But that was my way of trying to get rid of them. That was my way of trying to scare them off so they wouldn't do it again. But of course, that just I know now. Well, when I grew, not just now, but you know, when I grew up a bit, like a few years later, I kind of realized I shouldn't be doing this. This is just encouraging them because they think, oh yeah, let's go see the mad girl who comes out of the house and just, you know, roars at us and yells at us and barks at us and stuff. You know. I didn't chase them. They used to always go on about me chasing them. I never chased them. What I did was, if I saw them on the wall or whatever, I used to run out of the house to the wall. That was about it. So I was chasing them off my property, and I'm perfectly entitled to do that. So when I got a bit more mature and I realised I shouldn't be doing this anymore, like it does come across weird, I stopped doing it and acted like a normal civilised human being. I would just go out of the house and probably sort of say, go away, or fuck off, or whatever you do. Like a normal person who was getting trespassed on would do. You know, whose property was being trespassed on. Okay, I'm just gonna read some stuff. Sorry about the delaying. Southern people in the USA are relaxed and chill. The hooligans, not the southern US states. Normal people are overrated. That would be Georgia or Texas for the furry guys. As for Gothic, then you start getting into the more liberal areas like New York. Actually, I'm talking about in the UK, but okay. I'm talking about going to an area in the UK where, you know, I'd be more accepted. You know, being a furry and Etherean and goth and shit. I'm weird, odd, and quirky, but that doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, I kind of like it, except for the fact that I get bullied for it. That's the only problem. Nothing you've done was warranted them to come and smash your stuff up. Exactly, Issa. Love the South. We are moving back soon. Victim complex, drama queen or something? No, yeah, I suppose. Isn't victim complex mean that you are always being the victim to bad things happening to you? But it really does happen in my case. I'm not just like over dramatizing it. It really does happen. They are all jealous of the house and property. See, you said it. I'm going to take a screenshot of that because they think that's what I think. So I actually said that one time. I said it's just people being jealous or whatever. And they said, oh, that's that girl who thinks that we're jealous of her property. So of course they think I'm arrogant, but it's actually other people who say that. So I never actually personally said that. Other people say they're doing it because they're jealous. So other people have said. So how dare they accuse me of being like arrogant like that? So what else is new with your family besides kids damaging your parents' car? My eczema's bad. I'm miserable. We have rats. Messing everything up and being annoying. Contaminating everything. They just exaggerate their stories. You don't provoke them. They climb over your wall and into your property. That does make you a victim. Exactly. I don't have a victim complex, and I am a victim. Although I don't really want to say that because I don't actually want to, you know, sort of put that label on myself that I am a victim. Because surely the cosmic karma will come to me and keep making me a victim if I say stuff like that. So I don't really want to put that out there saying I am a victim. So I don't really have a victim mentality as in I am a victim always. But it is actually true. Like, I am literally a victim. Both me and my mum are. And the property. We're victims. But I'm not saying that like, oh yes, that's my mentality. I'm saying that as in, that is true. In this case, I am being a victim whenever this happens. You know? So you can't say that I'm just like thinking I'm a victim all the time. Wait. Eh? Why has my mum got this? Oh god, more things for the rats to come and try and get at. These biscuits, these shaped biscuits. These are actually what we used to feed the rats when we had pet ones. So I hope they don't come and try and get them. So true above. In this case, you absolutely are a victim. You're trying to get it sorted though, aren't you, boss? Yeah, not very well. It seems that, it does make it sound like I'm maybe being over dramatic, but every time we try and do anything, it never really works out. And we always end up just like in the same mess as we always in. Like at the moment, the computer's not working. I know this is totally off topic and off piste, but it's just an example of one of the things that's always going wrong. And it probably does for a lot of people. But the computer has decided it's not going to work properly now. Since the update. The sound. Everything else is kind of working okay, except it being a bit slow. But the sound. Not since the update. So they tried to do everything. The know-how cloud people. So far, nothing's worked. And so the last resort was to do a full factory reset. Full factory reset. Oh my god, that's so cute. Sorry, but that is cute. Look how cute that is. I just noticed how freaking adorable that is. I see this every day. It's always there. My little Quan, or kitty Quan. But I swear, he keeps getting cuter every day. Every time I look at him, he's just cuter. Oh. Sorry, off piste again, but I just noticed his little face looking at me. So cute! I don't want bad karma. Help me. How do I get rid of the bad karma and bring in good karma? I need to know. So I did a factory reset. And it's been worse. It's been worse. Since the factory reset. Yeah, it is cute, isn't it? Since the factory reset, I can't download anything. All my stuff's gone, of course. So now I can't edit videos or do art or anything. Because I can't even get Critter back on it. You know, the free art software thing. Digital art colouring software. I can't download that on it now. So I can't do any of my art. I've still got no sound. It's something else. Oh yeah, my pictures and stuff have turned into OneDrive. So instead of it being my pictures and my documents, those two folders are actually OneDrive now. And you know the drop down menu that comes up at the side that shows you all your folders, that's disappeared. So I don't know what to do now. And it keeps saying it's full. Because OneDrive is full. So now I can't put any more pictures and videos on my computer because my pictures is OneDrive, which is full. It's not like separate anymore. So it used to be my pictures, as in the PC's my pictures. And then OneDrive was like inside that, you know, at on the left, on the drop down menu thing. It showed OneDrive as a separate folder. But now my pictures has turned into OneDrive, and now I don't know what to do. Because I can't get any more pictures and videos on it now, because it keeps saying it's full. So now it might not even back up anymore. As in, because I've got no How Cloud backup, and it might not back up anymore, because I doubt that it will back up OneDrive, will it? Because it knows that OneDrive is a backup in itself, so it won't back up things on OneDrive. And my OneDrive is full. Hello? Right. What are they? Pee me. Right. Okay. Right, what else? Okay. Alright. Okay. How long does it take to cook the pasta? Okay, well, I better go. I've got to do dinner now, so I've got to focus on that. I can't do that in this. Yeah, that Bitpro thing isn't working. It won't plug in. It won't connect. It does nothing. It's not working no more. Focus on to, it will send everything to OneDrive. You might need an external hard drive for buying. My mum bought me a couple for Christmas. I'm going to have a shower. Okay. See you later. Don't forget to become a Patreon. I don't fucking cheat either. You become a Patreon and you pay me. Even if you don't ever want to do it again, when you become a Patreon, you give me the money. Okay? At least once. You don't become a Patreon and then withdraw your money and fuck off. If you don't want to do it, just don't freaking be a Patreon. But if you opt to be a Patreon, you actually see it through. Okay? Also, before I leave, just one more thing. I just want to let you know I've not posted anything new recently. Probably for the past month. So last month and this month. But the reason for that is, as you know, I've been having problems with the computer. So I've not been able to do it. Because it's been going really slow, so I've not been able to even get onto it. And now, of course, all the pictures and videos I was going to put on it have gone. So just give me a chance to get them all back and make new ones. And I'll be putting them on. Okay. See you later. Also, cheat. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, of course. And if you want, like, custom videos, don't forget to email me. I'll put the email in the description at some point, but if you don't see it there, it will be on my other streams and videos.